Oh yes, legends, we are live. How is everybody doing? Happy Friday. We're coming into the weekend. We'll be analyzing the price of Bitcoin today, see what the heck is going on. We just had a small little pullback from yesterday's highs at above $106,000. We're going to do a little bit of higher time frame, and I want to explain to you how there is a high probability that we are going to be going to all-time high, just as we are expecting since last week. Of course, this could take actually a few days or even a couple of weeks till we actually get to all-time high. And there are a few scenarios that I want to talk about. We've been talking about the high probability move to all-time high coming in the next coming days, if not a couple of weeks, because of this corrective move right over here. We'll be going in detail on why it is highly likely that we are going to be going to all-time high, and we're also going to be going to the lower time frames to analyze the internal waves to see if we can find some good scalping and day trading opportunities, guys. This is what the channel is all about, looking for those scalps, those levels of confluence to find those opportunities, right? So make sure to absolutely destroy that like button, because I do have a good one for you here today, guys. We're going to take a look at some altcoins, because I do believe that some altcoins that I am looking at are very close to the bottom, if not bottoming already. Okay, there's a bunch of cryptos that I want to go through that look very interesting for the next few months, guys, looking for an epic recovery. However, do we want to be inside of the middle or the late stage of the recovery, right, till we actually pump 50 or 100% and then we are late to the party? Or do we want to detect those bottom formations where we are interested in buying or getting into small swing long positions with very good risk management, so we can profit as much as we can before we get all YouTube and X talking about, yes, it's pumping, we're bullish, right? Because we've been having some very strong bearish momentum throughout the last few weeks, and people are kind of throwing the towel, right? I can see the bearishness. There will be no altcoin season. It is canceled. Look at the charts, right? We don't have any global liquidity, no money printer going on. And Bitcoin dominance is just going to the upside. Dollar index is also bouncing very nicely from the drop of last week. So the sentiment is very bearish, but I can already tell you, we're already getting some signs that we are possibly bottoming out on some altcoins, guys. This is no joke. We'll be going through the charts, and of course, we'll be analyzing the charts in the next coming weeks to actually see that bounce come into fruition, okay? It will be explained in detail. And I know there's a lot of people that are going to be late to the party, guys. Once we get those pops on altcoins, the views are going to explode, and it's going to be the same cycle every single time. The channel was exploding throughout November and December when we already bought in throughout September and October. And we're going to have that same cycle happening again right now for the next coming weeks. Not too much interest. Crypto's boring. It is dead. We get the big major bounce, and we're going to have a lot of people jumping in on the hype, which is what happens every single time, right? But we are here for years, guys. We are in the game. You know, I'm very much happy with my crypto investments because I know where to buy, and I'm in very good position, such as you watching right now. If you are a legit follower, then eventually, you know, you're in a pretty good position, unless you've been doing something else or going too aggressive with altcoins that have been popping very aggressively and buying the tops in November and December, right? Or getting into very risky new launches of altcoins that could be rug pulls, guys. Okay, so a lot of people might be disappointed, but we stay with solid projects, guys, and we're looking for a realistic return of 2, 3, 4x potentially, maybe even more in the next coming months, but we'll have to see. Anyway, let's go right away through the comment section, say hello to the beautiful community, and then we'll dive in through the price of Bitcoin, legends, okay? We're going to go through a higher time frame ever so slightly. I'm going to keep it simple. Guys, this is not a major dump to the downside. It is not an impulse. It is very corrective. It is a three-wave move. We've been talking about this throughout last week, which is giving us a high probability that all-time high will happen very, very likely, you know, maybe in the next coming days. I mean, we are coming into the weekend, and weekend is usually not a volatile, you know, few days, right? We're just going to be sideways, maybe some pumps and dumps of $1,000 to $2,000. So we're not expecting much. Let's go through the comment section, say hello to the beautiful community, and we'll dive in through the price of Bitcoin. Quick higher time frame perspectives, just to make you understand that it is highly likely that we head to all-time high instead of coming down to the low $90,000 range, that all of this is part of a corrective move and will end up leading the price, okay, to the upside. Big Don 25, let's pump it up. Andy, Aditya, my man, much love to you. Let me know if you can hear me, guys, and you can see me. I've got my drum and bass in the background. Already hit the like button, says Alex. You're an absolute legend. Chris, yo, how are you doing? Bitcoin dumped to $101,000. It is also a possibility. Bitcoin dumped to $101,000. That is not too far away. We've had a nice three-wave move to the upside for the moment, guys. All right. There is some scenarios that I'm looking at. There are some scenarios. There is the extreme bullish case scenario, which is a double 1-2, right? This has been the end of this correction, and we're just already creating a double 1-2 where we're going to find here a 3, a 4, 5, 4, 5, and we're heading up to much higher levels. However, if we were to form this bullish case scenario that this is an impulse, then, you know, this won't be looking too great, right? This will be looking very three-wavy, and there is a bearish case scenario. You've got a three-wave move down here. You got a three-wave move up here if we do manage to get to all-time high, and there are doubts that we could be forming a flat scenario, okay? There is a possibility that we do form a flat, right? People are going to get very bullish at all-time high, and then we get another big corrective move. But that is pure speculation still. We need to really focus on the lower time frames, right? Based on the internal levels, right? Looking for scalp and day trading opportunities, because this is what we do best on the channel. We try and detect those internal levels. And if the price moves $1,000 or $1,000, $2,000, we can scratch some dollars off the market, okay? That is what we do best here on the channel. We look for scalp and day trading opportunities based on internal levels and internal waves, because trying to speculate that if we're going to form a flat scenario here, or that we are going to form, all right, you know, a very strong impulsive move here throughout the next coming hours, or we are going to basically form, you know, a larger corrective move here in the next coming days, we need to really focus on the lower time frame, because right now on higher time frame, you know, we do have several scenarios, and I want to go in detail throughout this latest move of the last 2 days, because we'll understand those levels perfectly, guys. That's what we do best. We look for those day trade opportunities on the channel to see if we can get into a trade today, or maybe into trade tomorrow, right? In the next 24 hours, give or take. Crypto Big Brain, smash up the like button. Ralphs, how are you doing? Look at Ethereum. It is breaking out. Yes, we do have some signs of altcoins popping, guys. We do have some signs of altcoins popping. I want to take a look at here with you, the Bitcoin dominance, right? Because the Bitcoin dominance got a little bit of a dip. It's something that I want to talk about today, right? Just a little dip. But this little dip, guys, is bringing a bounce on altcoins, right? Just imagine if the Bitcoin dominance were to start correcting very aggressively in the next coming weeks, right? Just because of this little pullback that we've had, not even, you know, I don't know what this pullback is. Let me just double check here. Yeah, just a 1% pullback on the Bitcoin dominance throughout the last 24 hours, which is this little move right there. And some altcoins are getting a pretty nice bounce. So imagine if the Bitcoin dominance, which is what we are expecting to get a larger correction in the next few months, that is going to bring a massive altcoin season, guys. Okay, so overall, we'll be checking the Bitcoin dominance later on, guys, because we need to be ready, right? We need to be ready. It is the time. It is February. February has usually been a very green month when we take a look at the last 10 to 12 years of the price of Bitcoin. You know, February is usually a green month. I mean, you can see here 2023, it was just up only 0.03%. But overall, in general, it's mainly a pretty green month, okay? So we could be expecting a nice recovery on not only Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's pretty much near all-time high, but helping those altcoins to get that bounce and rally, okay? So let's try and finish Q1, right, on altcoins, very bullish. Most importantly, we're going to go through Bitcoin Theta. Theta says, ahead goes tails. Let's go, guys. Aditya, my man, much love to you. Hi, Andy Pandy. Cotton Candy says, Lauren, much love to you, Lauren. Jiwo, Oriel, Benedict, Gold Star, how are you doing, my guys? Hope you're all doing absolutely wonderful. Got Jackie Wood, my mother, always giving love and support as always. Crypto Big Brains and Aditya, I got my moderators giving power here. Minimal, Big Don, 25, all-time high coming. Ed, let's go to all-time high. Splash Fire Films, how are you doing? Peter here again. We have Gold Star. Hello, guys. Smash the like button, says Frank. Let's see how many likes we can get in the first few minutes, guys. Let's destroy the like button. Let's go. Okay, price of Bitcoin. Get your cup of tea, your cup of coffee, whatever you want. Stay tuned, guys, because we got a good analysis on Bitcoin, okay? Especially on lower time frames, right? There's not really much to say on higher time frames, okay? Lower time frames, we are very interested on some local scenarios, right? Try and understand and map what the heck is happening here, right? The last couple of days, I've been interested in looking for longs because I was aware of the price forming a three-wave move at least, right, from this zone, right? The idea was to get one more leg up, right? At least one more. Whether that was going to be a 3, 4, 5, we don't know, but we wanted this wave. We wanted this wave to happen, and this is why 2 days ago, we were speculating on a few long positions in this area, right? We had triangle possibility, we had a flat possibility, which was the one that happened, or that zigzag, right? Coming down to sweep up the lows, and then, you know, possibly look for that double bottom. So creating a few plans. Yesterday was only interested in looking for shorts, as this did look very exhausting, right? For me, this looked very exhausting, this movement to the upside. And we had very choppy, right? 5 waves getting with low volume, right? So it did look like the possibility of finishing a third wave after sweeping here these local highs. So I wasn't too interested in longing yesterday, as mentioned on the stream. More interested in shorting. Did manage to jump into a local double top in this zone and already taking profits because there is a bullish case. We are hitting support and there is a bullish case, which is a 112 right there that could actually get the price, you know, moving to higher levels. So let's just zoom out on the 4-hourly time frame and explain a little bit of the situation. Let's see if Tradingview does load here the 4-hourly time frame before we jump in, all right, into the lower time frame to analyze what are the strongest levels of support based on some scenarios regarding Elliott wave theory. What are the strongest levels of resistance that we are interested in a trading setup, guys? Remember, we remain patient. We have some trading plans. I did not get in any more trades, guys. There was only that long from 2 days ago and that short position, all right, from yesterday. That is it, right? No more trading for me. I'm not, you know, nothing too clear in this zone, but I do have some plans and I do have some levels that I do want to share for my next trading setup, okay? Overall, let's take a look at a little bit at the higher time frame, right? The bears are going to obviously say that this was it. This was a double top scenario, right? And the price is just playing around. We are going to collapse in the next coming weeks, if not days, right? This is a double top, guys. Throw the towel. It is over. Sell your Bitcoin because we're going to, you know, go to much lower levels. Now, of course, looking at the other case scenario for the bulls, there is something very interesting here. And it's this 3-wave move to the downside since the range formed in November, right? We got November, we got December, we got January, right? This all-time high had a correction down, right, in a 3-wave move. It's a 3-wave move to the downside, and 3 waves are corrective waves. Just because of this, we already knew a few weeks ago that there was high probability and coming up to all-time high. And this is what happened last week, okay? Just, well, 2 weeks ago, we did manage to climb up to all-time high. Now, we are pretty confident, I am pretty confident, that all-time high will come next as well because of this leg to the upside that did not finish with a clear 5-wave move up. It didn't finish with a solid impulse. It was more of a 3-wave structure. You got the high, you got the low, and then this high right over here. Okay, so that is very 3-wavy. And if you were to count 5 waves, there's no solid way in counting a 5-wave move here. There is a way of counting all of this as an impulse, but then all of this a little bit of a flat scenario, okay? So there's no real 5-wave move up here, which is already telling me that, yeah, we should be going to higher levels. This is not a classic structure to end an impulse, right? To end here, basically a top and roll back down, especially with this next move that we've had throughout last week. When we analyze the price action from here, all-time high, all right, to the low here created on Monday, we've moved down in a 3-wave structure. What is this telling us? This is telling us that this is corrective, guys. This is a correction, all right? This is a corrective move. This doesn't have any power to bring here a bounce and break down to the lows at $90,000. There's no power in this, right? This is not something that you should be afraid of. This is very corrective. It's very 3-wavy, right? There's no way in counting this as a 5-wave impulse. It's very 3-wavy. So this means we are still in a correction, and all-time high is just around the corner. Could it be a few days? Could it be next week? Right? It does look like that we are around the corner to hit all-time high. However, there is one bearish case scenario, right? Because this right over here that's formed a 3-wave move, right? It doesn't mean that this has to be the end of the correction and we're just going to absolutely fly here to all-time high, which, I mean, it could be the case. But there is a possibility, right? Because we've been talking about flat scenarios as well throughout the last few weeks. Hey, what if this is an A wave, this is a B wave, and now we are in the formation of a C wave. Now, there is a problem with a C wave, right? In a flat or in a zigzag, it doesn't matter. A C wave needs to have 5 waves. A C wave needs to have 5 waves, not 3 waves. So the only possibility to count this as a flat scenario is looking at this wave to form 5 waves. And we have a problem right now. What problem is it? We've only seen a 3-wave move down. So the only scenario that you have here for this to be a flat, that you are inside of that flat scenario, is an ending diagonal, okay? And an ending diagonal has 5 waves formed by 3 waves, okay? Each of the 5 waves have 3 waves. For the moment, you would have your first 3-wave move to the downside, and now you have your 3-wave move to the upside, meaning that you will have to have 3 more waves, right? You get 1 more wave down in a 3-wave move, another wave up, and another wave down, and that's the only way you can count this as an ABC, forming an ending diagonal. It's the only way that you have for this to be a flat, finishing in a C. And why can't we move down in an impulse? It's because of this latest correction that we've had throughout last week. If we would have moved down here very nicely in a 5-wave move and got this bounce here, then yes, we could really speculate that we could have a 3rd wave down, 4 and 5, and then we're forming this flat in a C wave, right, with an impulse. But that is not possible anymore. It's not possible because of this latest move down that has moved down in a 3-wave structure. So the only scenario that you have is 3-wave up, 3-wave down, 3-wave up, 3-wave down, forming that contracting move in that larger ABC. So that would be like the overall bearish case scenario on the lower time frame, right? It's the only kind of strong bearish case scenario that we do have here, which is having that leading diagonal to the downside to finish that ABC, right? Now, that would be kind of the bearish case, right? And when we zoom in on the 1 hourly time frame, it would seem just about right. I can see some bears out there calling, you know, for $101,000 and even possibly to lower levels, right? As we do analyze the 3-wave move that we've had since all-time high, we've got the movement down here with this low, we got this one right over here, and then we got this one right over here. And now we can clearly see as well that we do have a bit of a 3-wave move here. Could this be the end, right? Is this the end? We are just getting ready here with another 3-wave move down, right? We're going to form a 3-wave move down to claim the lows. It's a possibility. You know, this is why I'm interested. I was interested in short positions yesterday, believing that this could be an ABC, right? We're finishing here. There was a way to count 5 waves here to the upside, right? So I was more interested in shorts. Now, I did close most of my position from that short yesterday, just because I have a bullish case and we are getting a bit of support, right? And I want to explain, you know, the bullish possibility, right? The bullish possibility right away here. Let's just zoom out again to explain that scenario, right? Where we do have the higher time frame. You know, what would be that bullish case scenario? If we have from this all-time high, this 3-wave move, right? There is a problem with the bullish case, all right? There is definitely a problem with the bullish case because this is not a solid impulse 3-wave move in a wave 2. And now you're building up the 3rd wave, right? And we're going to absolutely rip it here, right? Form the 4 and then 5. We go above $120,000, right? We're just on the formation of the 3rd wave. This is very unlikely. And the main reason why it's unlikely to form an explosive 3rd wave here has to do with this movement up to all-time high that we had 2 weeks ago. This is a problem. There is a problem with this wave to the upside. And this was explained at the beginning of the stream. Why is there a problem with this movement up? Why is it unlikely that we do form a 3rd wave here and we break out with a huge move of over $10,000? Why is it low probability? It's because we formed a 3-wave move up here, right? This looks very much more like a 3-wave move if we consider a breakout here. Now, there is a problem, of course, with that 3-wave move up. We cannot form a massive 3rd wave in 5 waves here, right? With this 3-wave move up, we can really only consider a double zigzag up, right? And form another 3-wave move here to the upside. We can only consider that breakout that is going to be choppy, and we will be forming another 3-wave move right over here. That is a problem, of course, because if we are only looking at a 3-wave move, this will no longer have power to go to 120, 130, right? And absolutely moon, right? Which is most of the Bitcoin maxes want, right? And they do see it, adoption, right? Crypto president, we're going to absolutely rock it. It is not possible looking at the charts, guys. It is kind of, I'm not going to say it's not possible because those are not the right words when we consider technical analysis. It is highly unlikely, right? For me, it's almost a big no that it's, you know, not going to happen, but it's unlikely. We need to talk about, you know, using these words with probabilities. It is highly unlikely that the price shoots up here in a 3rd wave just because of this movement does not look impulsive. So if the price does manage to actually move up here in the next couple of days, right, give or take, I will really consider that this is a 3-wave move up, just like this was a 3-wave move down. And we were very confident that the price was not going to push down to lower levels. This also, we were very confident that we were not going to be forming a 3rd wave down here. This was a few weeks ago. We were very confident that all-time high was going to happen and the breakdown from $90,000 was going to be unsuccessful. That did not mean that we could not go to $85,000 and get the bounce. We just knew that this breakdown was going to be unsuccessful. It was likely going to be a liquidity grab, and we were going to head up to all-time high in the next coming weeks. We were confident about this statement just a few weeks ago, and that had to do with this leg to the downside. It was also not an impulsive move. We had 7 waves here, giving us the high probability that this was a double zigzag, right, in a WXY. So we were confident that this was not an impulsive move, realizing that this was going to end up with high probability a 3-wave move to the downside and then get that recovery, which it did. This was a beautiful long position, by the way. We had a daily level right over here. We longed that daily level. We were very much aware of that daily level, which was perfect in confluence to sweep up all of the lows of the range. Daily level, that was a perfect sniper long trade. If you go and check out that stream from the 13th of January, we were in that long position, okay? We were in that long position based on a daily level that we had here from the 16th, 17th of November. I remember this like if it was yesterday. I mean, it was only a couple of weeks ago. We were very good with that long position that was mentioned here as well on the channel. So, same scenario. If we do break up here to the highs, there is a big problem. There is a big problem if we were to climb up here in the next few days, right, with no major pullback. It would look different if we were to form that contracting move here. Then this could be the end of an ABC, and then we could absolutely explode out of all-time high, because this would be the end of a large correction right there in an ABC, multi-monthly correction, meaning that, wow, when we break, we're going to break with power, right? Really attempting to hit $120,000 and $130,000. But there is a problem if we get to all-time high in the next few days, guys. There is really a problem, and I don't see a breakout succeeding to go to very high levels. And when we talk very high levels, I'm talking about 120, 130, not 200K. 120, 130. Unlikely that we do reach those levels on a breakout if it does happen in the next coming days. And that has to do with this leg to the upside. Just like this leg to the downside a few weeks ago, we were confident that this movement down is not going to successfully break down. A lot of people were like, head and shoulder, we're going to break down to $75,000. Here on the channel, we stayed grounded and we realized that this is very unlikely. This was an unlikely breakdown. This head and shoulder, and I know some big channels out there, they were talking about the bearish case. 75,000 is on the cards, right? We're going to break down from this head and shoulder, and there was a lot of bearishness here on the second week of January. Very, you know, the sentiment was really bearish on Bitcoin based on this head and shoulder. We were very confident that that was an unlikely scenario, and whatever happens beneath this low will very likely be a fake out, and we'll head up back to all-time high, which basically happened. So regarding this movement right there, I have the same sentiment. If we do get up to all-time high, I'm very confident that all-time high is the highest probability, regardless if we do roll down here. You know, what I'm in doubt right now on the lower time frame is, are we going to go up from this zone, or are we going to correct down first and then go up? You know, that is my question right now, that, you know, we're just likely going to go up to all-time high and not hit the lows. And this is why we're going to zoom in on the lower time frame and understand the local scenarios, right? What levels are good as support, what levels we cannot break, which levels are good for longs, and what levels are good for shorts. But we really need to be careful with the shorts, just in case of the extreme bullish case scenario that I'm going to explain on the lower time frames. So there will be a problem, like I said, okay? There will be a problem once we break all-time high, if we do it from current price levels with very shallow pullbacks, okay? If we do pull back here with a higher low and we continue to the upside, right? if we do this, or we slightly do this and we go up, it doesn't matter. As long as we maintain above this low and we head to all-time high, that is a problem. It is a big problem. It is a big problem. There's high probability that this will end up in a three-wave structure. Okay, so I'm gonna be looking for shorts once we get to all-time high, because the probability in getting a larger correction and not breaking out successfully is highly likely if we do maintain above this low right over here with any small pullbacks and we continue up, guys. And it has to do with this wave right over here. This is all of the information that I have to realize the next move up will not have power. The next move up will not have power because this is a corrective kind of structure. It's a three-wave move. There's no big power. It's not a strong impulse with 5 waves. Okay? So I'm pretty confident that the breakout will be not powerful to have continuation to the upside if we do not dip below these lows first of all. If we were to dip down to this low, then this is going to be looking good because we could be looking for that contracting move, looking for an ABC flat. But if we move up from here, that means that we stick around here with the three-wave move, and we're looking for a three-wave move up here again, which will not be looking too great at all, in my opinion. Now, when we do take a look at the target zones of a flat structure from the pivot high here, all-time high, to the pivot low, and we inverse this to take a look at the common flat target zones, it is in between the 236 and the 382 Fibonacci. I mean, that would be looking pretty solid for the breakout, right? It would be looking pretty solid. But it would be a zone where I would be looking for the price to maybe create that choppiness. And we'll have to analyze very carefully the internal waves here. The internal waves are going to give us a lot of information to see where the price could really top out, right? We really need to analyze. I mean, this is eventually very hard to really detect the short right now. But overall, the topping zone should be in between the 236 and the 382 Fibonacci to create that ABC flat scenario, which would be, a very higher time frame, scenario, right? So yeah, it's very, very hard right now. Obviously, we'll be doing live streams and we'll be analyzing the internal waves. That's what we're going to do right now. We're going to be analyzing very carefully what's going on in here, right? What do we need to consider for those scalp day trading opportunities? But this is just a little bit of higher time frame perspective, guys. The fact that we moved in a three-wave move to the upside to all-time high just 2 weeks ago is really not good that we finish the three-wave structure here, because it's going to be very likely a three-wave move up. And a three-wave move up is we've got a situation here. There's a high probability that we do not successfully break out all-time high and we continue to the upside. The only extreme bullish case scenario, which is short-term bearish, would be actually coming down to $97,000 range, right? So actually take out that low and, form that kind of contracting move, which is highly speculative still, but it is definitely an option. Now, let's go through the lower time frames, because that's where we have the meat and potatoes. That's where we look for our trading opportunities, because regarding higher time frames, it doesn't matter. We got a lot of time to reach highs or a lot of time to reach the lows beneath $97,000. We are scalpers and day traders, and we want to analyze where we do have either long opportunity or either short opportunity. I'm in a long right over here and a short opportunity right there that has been explained throughout the last 2 live streams. Why was this a long position? It was explained in detail 2 days ago, and the one yesterday here, right? There was already happening. We were considering a local double top here as well as a possible short, which we did not get. We got continuation to the downside. But overall, that short was explained in detail throughout yesterday's live stream. So what we're going to do now is the most important part of the live stream, in my opinion, for many, is really try and detect what could be next on the opportunities. What levels are good for shorts, okay, which we need to be careful, and what levels are good for longs. We need to be careful on every single trade, right? Have good risk management, right? Being careful in trading is maintaining good risk. So, I mean, why am I a little bit skeptical on the shorts, right? If we do pump up from here, I mean, I took most of the profits, which was not much for me, but I had to, realizing the bullish case. And what is the bullish case? Well, the bullish case is having a multiple 1-2 scenario, right? What if the price is forming a double 1-2, where we understood just in the last few days that we have a one wave move up here, and this was the second wave or the B wave, right? Guys, I'm looking for the highs to be taken. This has to bottom out somewhere in this zone. We're looking for longs. There is another wave coming. There is another wave coming to the upside. This was what we were looking at, the probability 2 days ago on the stream. Now that we've got that movement up, right, there is two questions that I have in my mind, in my analysis. And that is, you know, did we form an ABC already here? And we are going to start correcting down? Or are we forming a double 1-2 scenario, right? Where we have the first initial wave 1, which we, you know, looks very, very nice here with a bit of a contracting move. And then we have the correction. For me, this correction, I see it finishing right there in a WXY. Now, the thing about this 1-2 and this next 1-2 right over here, going on through the lower time frames, I can see with the news event, beautiful long, by the way, mentioned 2 days ago, this contracting move right over here. Not the most beautiful one, but it is. You have a 5-wave move right there. This is what we were speculating on yesterday. This could be the end of a 5-wave move up. Okay, and we are looking for a correction. Yesterday, I was not looking for any longs anywhere here. Was very much clear about, guys, I'm not interested in longs as we're getting the pullback yesterday. I do see the possibility of going to lower levels, which we kind of rolled down very, very slow. But we were just continuing to the downside here to $104,000, slightly below. So now the question is, okay, you got that 5-wave move up. Could this be the end of the correction? What is interesting about this double 1-2 scenario when we consider this low right over here to the highs is that we exactly hit the 50% Fibonacci retracement, which is kind of the zone where you want the wave 2 to retrace. In between 50% and the 7-8, if you are going to form a wave 2, this is where you should bottom out. We just created a double bottom at the 50% Fibonacci, which is very much a valid scenario. It's a valid level. Could this be already the kind of zigzag right there? And inside of the C wave, you got a little bit of a contracting move. You got a bit of a 5-waver here on this ABC, right? It is a zigzag. We can clearly see it's a zigzag. Yesterday, we were talking about that head and shoulder on the stream, right? Could we be forming a head and shoulder with a massive left shoulder, right? Massive left shoulder, head right there, and right shoulder breaking down. I mean, this was not really a pattern, right? It was just out of speculation. So could it be the case? It definitely can for this double 1-2, right? It could have bottomed out here. That would be a bullish case scenario. Could it get one more leg down? We're going to form a larger zigzag move, because now the question is, with this bounce, Could it be that we top out here somewhere and we get another correction, right? Could it be that we formed, this is your zigzag, and then we find support, and that is your double 1 2 1 2, and then we rock it in a third wave? Absolutely yes. We need to consider this. We need to definitely consider this. This is why, maybe this has been, the first A wave. This has been the B wave, and now the price is going to collapse down. I'm still considering that a possibility, and I'm going to give the bulls a chance. I'm going to give the bulls a chance here for this double 1 2. Even though I really like the bearish case a little bit more, right? The bearish case is having that ABC corrective move finished right there, okay? We finished a zigzag here, and we're going to zigzag back down, pretty aggressively. I kind of prefer a little bit this scenario. However, we need to give the bulls a chance. Maybe this was the low, guys, and we do, head up to higher levels. We've hit the minimum target zone, right? You got your first 1 and 2, then you got your second 1 and 2. 2 already bouncing at 50%, which is kind of your minimum zone, 50% to 7-8. There is a chance of the price actually breaking out in the next coming hours. So maybe this was the low, I have to say. This was an aggressive entry, but it was an acceptable entry on the double bottom, right? We love double bottoms, guys. They give us such a great entry zone. And if you would have got into this double bottom, you know the deal, right? I didn't get into this double bottom. I've already longed it a few days ago. And I took profit on the shorts based on this double bottom. I don't like it. I see the bullish case. If you would have entered here, this is already an acceptable scalp long. Beautiful double bottom right there. You hit the lows and you enter right in this zone, and your stop loss is here, right? Anywhere in this area, right? You got a bit of time. Sometimes I enter a little late. As long as you're managing risk, it was definitely a possibility. So, okay, I have to say that's a missed long position. But what if the price tops out in this zone and we get a roll over? Would I still consider this as a possible zigzag correction? Absolutely yes. Would I still consider the 1 2 1 2 scenario? Absolutely yes, legends. Okay, and this is why I'm going to talk about this major level that I do see on the chart that looks very interesting. I love entering double bottoms. They are the best, guys. Double tops and double bottoms. The latest double bottom, yeah, I haven't gotten into a double bottom lately in the last few days. The only one was this double top, right? Double top right there. I managed to short this double top right over here. Made some pretty nice gains on this little move to the downside. It wasn't that much, but overall was still a few $100, making in that nice little day trade short position. So double bottoms, I haven't entered a double bottom for quite a bit, guys. But this would have been a good one, right? Already moving up around about $1,000, which is very nice. So let's talk about the levels, guys, okay? Let's talk about the levels. The bullish case is still valid. The double 1 2 is still valid. The question is, was this the end? Was this the zigzag, or is this more like a 5 waver contracting move? And this is the 3 wave? It is very possible. If we roll down from here, if the price rolls down from here, right, somewhere in this zone, it's going to be very 3 wavy, right? It's going to be very corrective, meaning that you have this potentially as a contracting move, this a zigzag, and then whatever happens here, it might be impulsive, or it might be another contracting move, right? It might be another contracting move right there. We don't know. Depending on how we move down, we would want to see a 3-wave move, right? A 3-wave move. A 5-wave move, sorry. Whatever happens here. We don't want to see it too aggressive, because this could be a wave 1, 2, 3. We want to be a little bit cautious. We want to really find a 5-wave move down here that is not too aggressive, right? We don't want to see the first wave one here being extremely aggressive, because if that is the case, then I would say, okay, guys, you know, we could be seeing a 1, 2, 3, right? And we've got a massive explosive third wave down. So I don't want to see the first wave down aggressive. I want to see it very, very, you know, very, very shallow. And then the third wave a little bit more aggressive. And then the third, fourth, fifth, you know, something like this. If we start moving down like this, it will be looking pretty good for an ABC. All right, so we want that slow move down, not too much volume, not too aggressive, 5-wave move. We don't want the first wave being aggressive, because if the first wave is aggressive, then my goodness, the third wave could be extremely aggressive. So we want that first wave down to not be too aggressive if it is the case. If we do get a shallow move down with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the level of interest that I'm looking at is exactly the golden pocket. The golden pocket. Golden pocket is the most respected Fibonacci retracement, right? From a pivot low to a pivot high. And what is interesting about this golden pocket is that we do have the higher low right there. We love these higher lows, guys. These are great for trading. These are great for swing failure pattern levels. That higher low right over here is going to be a golden level that I am looking at for a trading setup, okay? That might come. There are shorting levels that are going to be explained in this stream, but that is my first initial golden level. If we do move down here after this bounce, I want to be paying attention to that 5-wave move to the downside, realizing that this could be the ABC. And then we get the leg up. It's the best confluence level that we do have at the moment. It is actually a resistance support flip that we had throughout yesterday, right? Resistance, support flip. And this is a classic zone for a liquidity grab. And it is with the golden pocket from the low to the high here, because I am considering this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? I am considering this the end of a wave throughout yesterday. This is why we got this larger pullback, okay, of a couple of $1,000s. So I was already thinking this could be the end of the wave here, and we get a larger pullback, which we did. So now the question is this pullback finished here and we're going to rock it? Or is this pullback not finished? This is still shallow, in my opinion, for a wave 2. But I mean, it could still be valid for the end right there to finish and continue to the upside. But I would still consider the possibility of a zigzag here, whether it's here or higher. If we move down like this, this is the SFP level that I would be interested in. Consolidation, it might be a double bottom zone, right? Depending on the first wave down. You could form a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and then 4 and 5, and you double bottom on that 5th wave, and then you move up, right? I've seen this many times. The 5th waves do create double tops or double bottoms. So it's a plan that you need to analyze very carefully on how we move down right over here. If we do move down, you want a 5-wave move to the downside, and that 5th wave could form that double bottom, just like this movement up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the 5th wave forms the double top. So the same scenario inverted here. If this were to be an ABC, this is the best area of confluence to do so. 618 golden pocket, sweeping up the lows. This is the area of interest. I am trading this as a swing failure pattern level. You get beneath the level, I'm not interested, I'm not longing. You get beneath the level and you get back above, I'm interested to sniper. I'm very much aware, depending if we form a 1, 2, 3, that we could form the 4 and then 5 and double bottom. I'm also interested in that double bottom right there. So this could be a first stop loss, and then the second attempt could be the one that actually gains momentum to come and hit this high. So it's going to be a tricky zone. It might V-shape, it might double bottom. It's the level of interest. that I have on the chart. Okay, so that is the plan number one, guys. We got plan number one right over here for a long. That is if we do not rocket from here, which is very much a possibility, as we've already hit the 50% Fibonacci and we've already formed this kind of correction here. Okay, it's just creating the plan. What if the price forms a lower high and comes down? I need to have a plan ready here. So that's plan number one, guys. What if the price does not get a reaction and it just breaks through the level? What levels am I looking at? What are the levels that I'm looking at here? Will we just break down? We need to be very, very cautious if we do move down aggressively, just because that this could be a wave one, wave two, wave three, right? And we're moving down pretty aggressively on that wave three. We're actually going to sweep up the higher lows, right, from the last few days. So we want to be very, very cautious if we start having a falling knife, guys, right? We know that falling knives happen, right? They happen on the chart every other few days, right? So we want to be a little bit cautious just in case price, moves down very aggressively. So there's no major quick long opportunities here. Could the 7-8 provide support? That is kind of the last level for this to be a double 1-2-1-2. 7-8.88, it's not going to be easy at all to jump into a long, especially if we're getting into a falling knife. I would just let the price action do what it needs to do till we actually find some proof of support. We'll look for another thing. So the best level is the golden pocket for that double bottom scenario or that SFP, okay? If we break down from here, it's not going to be easy, in my opinion. Maybe the 7-8, you could treat it as a reaction level. You get below it, above it. Once you get above it, it could be the level to actually trigger that long for that double 1-2 scenario. So let's see how many likes, guys. That is the first plan created here for a long setup. The only long setup that we had here was the 50% Fibonacci local double bottom. Okay, I would not look for longs. Could we speculate on a short here based on a lower high? Well, that's what we are going to do right away. Okay, let's see if we do have some bearish CVD divergence, which is possibly not going to be the case. Yeah, we're still very far away, very, very far away. We are forming very aggressive lower highs still on the CVD. Lower highs, lower highs. There's no chance here to form a lower high and a higher high on CVD. We're very, very far away, so we're not going to have bearish CVD divergence by the looks of things, which is not giving us confidence for looking for a resistance here and speculate on a lower high, right? Speculate on a lower high to break down these lows. Not easy. Let's take a look at today's levels based on the session volume profile. Yesterday's levels, today's levels, daily open, right? Because we're possibly hitting a bit of resistance. That previous day value area low is a little bit of resistance at the moment, as you can see on the chart, right? Previous day value area low. We're trying to chop, try and get above it. We got the previous day point of control, right? Automatically a naked point of control. That level has not been tested. Looks like we want to test it throughout the next coming minutes. I'm very, very skeptical here, guys, based on the bullish case. Okay, for me, there's no real good short trading plan in this zone based on the double 1-2. Okay, based on the extreme bullish case scenario, which is the 1-2. 1-2, we hit 50% Fibonacci. It's already a level where the price could, continue to the upside in a wave 3. So I'm very, very, very skeptical here. This is a dangerous zone to speculate in shorts. Just even if we do have the previous day point of control, I mean, yeah, it could get a small little reaction. It could drop down. There's no easy short positions here. I'm very much aware of the bullish case, which is that double 1-2 and 3. So it's not an easy area for me to speculate on a short. And by the way, if this is a B wave, B waves can be very complex to short. We got the 382 Fibonacci, the 7-8. You don't know a B wave where it could finish, right? If this were to be a B wave. So it's not a good, it's not an easy level to short, okay? I have to say, I'm not really that interested. Yesterday's short here was much better, based on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you had 5 waves up here, creating a local double top as well on that 5th wave. So this being a possible B wave or a second wave, it's not easy. It's not easy. You don't know how far up you can go. There's no bearish CVD divergence, so there's a problem here in shorting the price of Bitcoin. Even though if the price rolls over from here, it's just not an easy short, right? You got a zigzag. Can this zigzag go slightly higher? There's no easy short, so I don't want to short based on not enough information, right? And a good plan. There's no good plan for me here, guys. Maybe you have a good plan, but I don't. So I got a good plan here. I know what to do here depending on the reaction, okay? Like the first plan that I've created. So I like that level. So I'm going to keep that level in the trading book. For shorts internally here, yeah, not too interested. I am aware of the bullish case, 1, 2, 1, 2, and we absolutely rock it. So I need to dive in through what is the level of resistance that I would speculate on a short. It is basically that same level as yesterday, guys. It's the same level, and I would still consider it as a scalp short. If the price suddenly moves up here, today's Friday, I'm not too sure that this is going to happen. I think the highest probability throughout the weekend is going to be ranging and maybe even slightly to the downside, okay? The bearish case scenario is that we've finished a 3-wave move up here. You got this 3-wave move down here, right? And now we're just going to kind of 3-wave move down, right? We might form 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a little bounce, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Throughout the next coming days, right? By next week, and claim those lows. You know, I do like that scenario. So we form that possible contracting move. So coming into the weekend where we don't usually have big major moves of $5,000 or $10,000, we're very likely going to be ranging of $2,000 up, $2,000 down. And it does look like that the bearishness for me looks more probable. Okay, that is my personal view. So I'm not too sure about the price moving up in a 3rd wave, right? It would have to be today, Friday, last day of the week, get massive news, bullishness, and create that double 1, 2 scenario. So this is why I'm really like cautious on shorts. Yesterday's shorting scenarios were beautiful, but if you correct down and you move up from here, I'm skeptical about this exploding out because it could be a 3rd wave. So I'm going to be like, shorts need to be taken with extreme good risk management based on the danger of that 3rd wave. There is a possibility of a 3rd wave here, 4, 5, right, 4, 5. There is a possibility. There is a beautiful level based off confluence that I would attempt to short, but I would consider it as a scalp short trade. This one was mentioned yesterday as well, right? We got those 2 lower highs here that the second lower high was not claimed by the first one, right? So the second one did not claim the first lower high right there. So it's kind of a beautiful classic liquidity level where the price gets a punch up and then gets a correction. But I would only consider it as a scalp short of a few $100 because I am aware of the price forming a 3rd wave here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It is a reaction level. I'm just concerned that it might be just a small little pullback. So if you want to scalp it, you need to be aware of the bullishness and short the exact swing failure pattern from these highs. The higher you get in, the better, right, on that rejection. Just like this swing failure pattern that was mentioned a few days ago, which we did get, but we got a bounce at the VWAP. So this level was a great short. We rejected $500, $600, right, on average. We bounced at the VWAP and we broke out. It ended up in a fake out and then moved down. So you want to really consider the possibility of the price, yes, rejecting here, but pulling back maybe $500, $700, hit the VWAP, and then maybe it might break through. I don't think it's going to be the case. Just because we're entering into the weekend, I don't see the price bringing that massive bullishness in between today and tomorrow. So I think it's an unlikely scenario, right? If we only have the extreme bullish case, which is the 112, and we entering into the weekend, very unlikely we form a third wave here. So what is highly likely is that we're going to continue ranging throughout the next coming days, entering into the weekend. Okay, so but that is the preferred level for shorting. Okay, that is a good plan. This level will be hit at some point, which could bring you a little scalp. Okay, now it's like, oh, am I going to wait for that level? Are we going to hit it tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday? It doesn't matter. It's internal plans that you do create, right? I got a plan for a short. I got a plan for a long. There's some other plans created in the Legends trading community. If you want more updates, you need to join the Legends community, guys. You do have the Discord and the modules. It's the third link down below in the description, okay? Fourth link, okay? That is where we do provide more updates every single day, different scenarios, altcoins included as well by Coach Dylan, all right, and 𝗕𝗏𝘆𝗽. So if you want more updates consistently, right, not only YouTube, well, you have to join the Legends community. Those are the internal plans here for Bitcoin, okay? There's a plan for a short, there's a plan for a long. Let's see how many likes we do have, guys, in the stream. All right, we could get to 300 likes. We're over 800 people watching. I'm doggish. Okay, doggish. We have here from Lou. Let's smash up that like button, guys. I need your support. We do technical analysis, make you aware of the bullishness, right? We make you aware of also the bearishness. You know, make you aware about the different levels, how to manage risk. I do my best here to provide educational content and try and make you a better trader. If you do enjoy that, guys, I'm just asking for a nice little like button, guys, okay? And I'm going to go through the comment section right away in the next coming minutes as we do get to above 300 likes. Let's go. And then it's comment section time. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. 300 likes. We are there. We are there. People rather leave the stream than smash up the like button. I'm sure there's a few of them. All right, legends. Let's go quickly over the sponsor segment of today, guys, because that is PrimeXBT. I did have a few people talking about, you know, where can I trade stocks? And PrimeXBT is absolutely great platform. I have been trading there for many years, not trading lately, but anybody that wants to trade stocks, okay, or Forex, you can use crypto, guys, as collateral. You can trade with Bitcoin, you can trade with US dollar Tether, and this is an absolutely awesome platform, guys. I've been trading there. I've actually got a tutorial in my YouTube channel as well of PrimeXBT. And the good thing about PrimeXBT is that you can trade Forex, commodities, stock market. They do have the S&P 500, they have NASDAQ, and you know, there's all sorts here. That's incredibly secure. They have had no issues since 2018, guys, since the creation. No problems at all. They do have a high rank on Trustpilot, extreme security, and they are a great platform, guys, okay? Now, that is for people that are really interested, that want to trade not only crypto, they can trade stock market, commodities, you can trade gold, there's oil there, and you can use crypto as collateral, right? You either use a stable coin or you use Bitcoin. If you are good at trading commodities or, you know, Forex, you can use Bitcoin as that collateral, right? And gain in Bitcoin, right? If you want to use Bitcoin as currency as you're trading these different markets, you can on PrimeXBT, guys, okay? So they do have crypto eventually. They have loads of cryptos to trade, and they have, the most interesting part is, you know, you can trade Forex, you can trade euro dollar, you can trade crypto, you can trade oil, gold. They have stock market, they have the UK stock market, they have the S&P 500, NASDAQ, and you can use Bitcoin or US dollar Tether, right? If you want to use dollars, you can use dollars, you can use Bitcoin. Not only that, guys, you do have the greatest bonus available, of course. I've been speaking to the team, and with signing up with the link down below in the description, you get 20 5% deposit bonus, and that is up to $7,000. I think you just need a deposit. If you deposit over $40,000, you already get that $7,000 deposit bonus, which you are using on top of your deposit to have more capital, guys. This is absolutely insane. It's a great bonus. So just having a $7,000 plus on top of your capital gives you a lot of more buying power or selling power, of course, because you can long and short, you can hedge on Prime XBT, guys. You do have the greatest bonus down below. It is the first link. It is the sponsored segment of this live stream. Okay, check out Prime XBT, guys. Biggest bonus available. And I have to say, they are one of the only ones, if not the only one, that you can use Bitcoin as collateral, right? When you're trading all of these different markets, stock market, commodities, gold, oil, okay? So check it out, guys. Extremely safe platform. They've had no issues whatsoever since 2018, since the creation. They have very high ranking on Trustpilot, extreme security awards. Check it out, guys. Prime XBT is a great platform to trade other markets than crypto, using crypto as collateral legends. Let's go right away. It is time to go through the comment section because we need to take a look at some altcoins, because I have a segment of this live stream about it is your last chance, in my opinion, to buy cheap altcoins. Regardless if we go sideways or to slightly lower levels, I think the time is running out for the bears, for this multi-weekly downtrend that we've had for most of the altcoins, guys. I know there are some altcoins that have been doing well, but some altcoins, they've been looking very bad, right? Such as well, Chainlink's doing pretty good, but such as Rune. Rune had a devastating news coming out, right? And it got a major collapse. I still think that this is an awesome project. For me, it's very close to bottoming out based on the analysis. We also have ICP. I'm an extreme bull on ICP. I think ICP is just a matter of time that it's going to be reaching the March highs. And there is a very strong bullish case here for ICP. And I think it's very close to bottoming out, okay? So the accumulation levels or small swing long positions with very responsible leverage, right? Low leverage on altcoins is coming to an end, guys. And that has to do with the Bitcoin dominance, the total 3 market cap. We can take a look at my altcoins, the ones that I am actually giving a lot of power. There's only a few of them, but I'm very confident that they are going to do well in the next coming weeks. But I'm also here to listen to you, okay? Most importantly, because these altcoins, I've been talking about them throughout the last few live streams. So let's go. I like that coin too, says Lauren. Let's take a look at the comment section. I got a super chat here from my man, JG. Can you check Supra? I think it looks very bullish. Okay. Let's take a look at Supra right away. Why not? Why not, guys? Devil, my man, not bad, not mad. Just not nice when Andy takes his time to teach and people make snotty comments. Oh my goodness, what's happened? Let me know, Devil. We got a hater. We got a hater or a couple of haters in the comment section, maybe getting some bad comments, guys. We just provide pure analysis on the price of Bitcoin. Matter of fact, there was a long trade setup mentioned a few days ago that was, it was very nice, guys. It was a good long day trade that I got in just a few days ago. The short trade, not too convinced, realizing the bullish case scenario. So I took profits on that short trade based on the explanation of yesterday, right? We had a 5-wave move up. You know, it could be a 3-wave end. We should have left a little bit more of this position, but overall the good long trade that I was very confident in was this one right over here, which, you know, brought some very, very good profits. That was a day trade just 2 days ago. Okay. Now the short, I am aware that the price could have ended this 3-wave move up, right? I am leaning on the possibility that this could be it. This could be it. This has been the local top for Bitcoin. And we could go to lower levels, guys, in the next coming days. So this long trading setup, you know, take it with a grain of salt, because this could be a 3-wave, and we're going to 3-wave down in the next coming days. So realize the bearishness, right? We are at a crucial moment where I have my doubts of the bullish case and the bearish case, but I'm very much aware of, you know, where I'm interested in the trading setups. Right now, there's not extreme high probability setups. You know, I do like this short scalp. I do like that reaction level here, which is going to give a scalp regardless, right, of a few $100s if it does get the SFP. But I'm realizing, hey, the bearish case, we got a 3-wave move here. We got a possible 3-wave end here. And what could this bring is a 3-wave move down, 3-wave move up, you know, form that larger contracting move to the downside, which is possible, or the 112, right? Which is, hey, you know, it is still possible as long as we do maintain above this low. The 112 scenario is there, guys. Now, it would be rare because the 112, you need that 3rd wave later on in the next coming days, and we're entering into the weekend. So it does slightly decrease the probabilities that we're going to shoot off to or near all-time high, right, throughout the weekend. It's very unlikely. Not many weekends get big volatility, right? 1 out of 10, right? Let's leave it that way. So let's take a look at some altcoins here from the community. 𝗕𝗏𝘆, my man, shout out to you. If you haven't checked out 𝗕𝗏𝘆, guys, you need to go and check out 𝗕𝗏𝘆 right away. I know most of you do know him, right? Most of you do know him already. If you don't know him, you need to go and check him out. I'm going to leave his YouTube channel in the comment section right now, guys. It is right now. If you haven't checked out 𝗕𝗏𝘆, he's got his YouTube channel right over here, providing technical analysis on Bitcoin and some altcoins sometimes. Okay, great education, looking at probabilities. Check him out, guys. I know most of you know him already, but he is in the comment section. Okay, provides insane education, guys. Check him out. He is in the comment section right now as we speak. 𝗕𝗏𝘆 and Andy live together. It's a long time since we haven't done a live together. We have to do one very, very soon. That is for sure. All right, let's go. I need to go through Supra here for my man JG. Okay, let's go right away. Let's not get distracted. Supra saying that you are very bullish. I think it looks very bullish. Supra. We got it on Bybit. Supra. Let's see if we do have any more charts with more data. Okay, no. Interesting Supra. I have no idea what this project is, like 99% of the projects. There's too many altcoins, guys. There's millions of altcoins. So it's natural. Supra. It's natural to not know what the heck each altcoin is, right? So, yeah, regarding this one, built super dApps on the all-in-one Supra L1. So it's an L1 project. It's an L1 Oracle smart contract. Interesting. This one was launched just a few months ago, and it's been listed on quite a few exchanges: Bybit, Gate, 𝗖𝗄. So there must be something about this altcoin, right? Because these exchanges don't list an altcoin straight away, right? They do analyze it very carefully. They do also not analyze many, I have to say, but overall, it looks bullish, right? Yeah, it does look like that this downtrend is very wedgy, right? Unfortunately, we don't have much data on this altcoin, right? We just got the launch and a gigantic pump a few days after the launch, and then this slow correction downtrend, right? Which does look like it could be very close to the bottom formation. It's kind of breaking out of this descending wedgie structure, right? This lower high resistance has kind of been broken out. So it does look pretty nice to reverse the trend, to be honest. It does look pretty interesting. So, yeah, for the moment, we've got the initial signs that this downtrend is losing steam, right? That is a fact, right? Those lower lows are coming very shallow, and we got this squeeze up, okay? So the next pullback will be very interesting. When a coin launches in the middle of the bull market, you get the first leg up, and what is very likely, if we do still have continuation of the bull market, which I believe so, it is the case, right? Even though it doesn't look like it for a lot of altcoins, you have a high chance in coming all the way up to the highs, okay? To either form that zigzag, right? Or form the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And this turns out to continue the massive bullishness, right? Throughout 2025. It does look very interesting. We are just coming down to round about the 7.8, almost the 0.88 Fibonacci. So it is kind of the limit zone where the price should bottom out. it does look pretty good. I have no idea about the project, but the chart does look very interesting as an accumulation perspective. Okay, we haven't got much data here regarding the charts and levels. We only have this downtrend slightly going sideways, which does look pretty interesting as an accumulation. Make sure to do your own research, of course, on the project, okay, to see what is the roadmap looking, what are they achieving in 2025, and the partnerships, right? Does it have a future for the next coming years and months, okay? But it does look pretty nice. It is slightly going sideways, looks pretty decent, but we haven't got enough chart here to analyze the levels and the different setups, right? Let's take a look at 𝗬𝗂 here for 𝗖𝗵. 𝗬𝗂. What is 𝗬𝗂? It is altcoin in demand, guys. Make sure to drop some altcoins. I have no idea what this is. It just has a green logo here. 𝗬𝗂. Wow, this one's a OG, right? It's a 5-year-old cryptocurrency. Had its pump and dumps here throughout the 2021 bull market. We do have some chart here. It is listed on several exchanges. Let's take a look at 𝗬𝗂 right away. Why not? What's going on with 𝗬𝗂? 𝗬𝗂. Is it this one? I think it is. Yes, it is. Okay, I actually do like where it is trading, to be honest. I do really like this zone. Yeah, I mean, eventually you have the highest volume node where we are getting supported, right? That's this is an accumulation zone, and if you do check where we exactly got the bounce throughout the last few weeks is at the point of control of this massive accumulation area, which got a massive rocket here in 2024 throughout February, March. Now we're coming down to the base. We already got one bounce. We got another bounce right there. It does look like we could form another round formation, and this could be a kind of a double bottom scenario happening on the higher time frame, eh? It does look good. You can see the exhaustion where you have massive support. The exhaustion is happening, right? You got a pump and dump, and you're back at the base, which could be trading for a few weeks here. But as an accumulation perspective, it does look very, very interesting. Remember, on the channel, we do not talk about any buying on any pumps, guys. No buying at pumps. If you want to consider opportunity area, it has to be at very low levels. Of course, no financial advice. You know, we never know if a crypto project is going to fail in the near future. But we realize where we do have strong support and we have a strong base based on an accumulation zone, leaving that high volume node. We got already that bounce, and now we're coming back down, and you can really detect how the selling pressure is kind of getting exhausted here. You get it creating that wiki moment, right? You can see how here you get the pump and dump, and you start slowing down. This took many weeks to bottom out and get this little pump, right? It was still a 2x pump, but you know that is a bottom formation. So now we're having something very similar on a lower scale, right? You get the dump, pump and dump, and you rounding off. You're starting to round off here, which you started rounding off right over here. So it looks pretty interesting as a bottoming formation here to then get the rally and test the highs to see if this is going to be a successful double bottom. So overall, it looks good as an accumulation perspective. Looks pretty damn interesting looking at this project. Let's go right away and take a look at the next one. We've got 𝗏𝗏𝗃 here, based turbo, please, fellow Brit. Okay, my man, let's take a look at based turbo. And based turbo, I don't know what is the ticker symbol. Is it? Yeah, we got a few turbos here. Based turbo is doing pretty damn good. We know that coins on the base ecosystem, as it's from US, right? I think without a doubt the base ecosystem is going to be doing very, very well, as we do have the crypto president, right, Donald Trump. So eventually all of those cryptos that are, made in USA, especially on the base blockchain, they could be seeing some good recoveries, guys. Well, that's without a doubt. So let's go and take a look at 𝗕𝗶𝘆 right away on the chart. It does look like it's forming that bottom formation as well here, looking at CoinGecko. So 𝗕𝗶𝘆 is the ticker symbol. Now we got I really assume it's the one here on Coinbase, right? Well, probably not. Probably not. Is it the same one? Yeah, it is. It is. This is the one. This is the 1005. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's this one actually. Let me just double check, because we have a few ticker symbols here. Yeah, 𝗕𝗶𝘆 here, 𝗕𝗶𝘆 here. Oh yeah, we got this one as well. So base 𝗕𝗶𝘆. If I put base 𝗕𝗶𝘆, I'm not sure if it's going to appear. Yeah, because it has the same ticker symbol. This is a situation right now. It has the same ticker symbol, and on TradingView, it seems like that we only have the Ethereum 𝗕𝗶𝘆, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, trying to detect that based 𝗕𝗶𝘆 here is not an easy task, my man. Based 𝗕𝗶𝘆 has a couple of extra zeros. Yes, it has. Yeah, exactly. So the thing about here, it has the same ticker symbol, and I only have the Ethereum 𝗕𝗶𝘆 here, right? Which is this one. It has the same ticker symbol, and we've only see this one on TradingView. And yeah, the logo is not different. Maybe it has a B in the middle or something. I don't know, at the end, or anyway, we can't. Deck screen. Yeah. Hey, I'm not going to do analysis on deck screen. We can take a look at deck screen if you want. You know, not a noob. I know there's thousands of altcoins that are not on TradingView, but if it's not on TradingView, we are basically not going to be taking a look at them here on deck screen, or you know, we're not going to be doing analysis here, guys. Okay, so that's we're not going to do that. But it should be, right? It should be here. If it's not on TradingView, we're not taking a look at it. End off. So not a noob, my man. You're very much mistaken. I very much know my other different platforms to take a look at meme coins. So you are mistaken, my man. It just has the same ticker symbol. And if it's not on TradingView, you can piss off. Let's go. 𝗫, please. Let's take a look at 𝗫 right away on the chart. 𝗫 protocol, very bullish on 𝗫. We can take a look at 𝗫 protocol right away, because 𝗫 protocol is an awesome project. But it hasn't been doing extremely well at the moment. We're just in this pullback. And we can definitely consider that 𝗫 protocol is one of those high cap coins that is going to get a significant bounce. It has to be one of the most bullish high cap cryptos out there that, you know, realistically, I would be looking at the highs to be taken here. You know, we know that the high cap cryptos are the first ones to recover strongly, right? They won't do a 20x, but they will likely do a 2-3x throughout the next coming months. And this one has a high chance to do so. So let's take a look at this one right away and analyze where we at. About this pump right over here, looks very, very explosive and very, very bullish. The fact that we've hit the 0.88 Fibonacci here on this move, this correction is giving me all of the information that I need. This movement is giving me all of the information that I need. That this is corrective, whatever's happening here. and that the highs will very likely be taken in the next coming months, if not weeks. So I am bullish on Nia Protocol, despite any whatever happens here, that we are going to be hitting these highs with high probability in the next coming months, maybe even less, maybe weeks. Maybe we get explosive momentum and recovery. So the fact that we corrected here from its highs back in March of 2024, getting this insane bounce all the way up to the 0.88, means that we are seeing a decreased probability that this is a wave 2, and what you're forming here is a wave 3. Well, what you formed here is a wave 3. And we can clearly see that this is no wave 3. This did not move down impulsively. We ended up this in a 3-wave structure. And now we're getting this price action. So let's analyze a little bit what's going on here to understand, could we be very close on this bottom formation on Nia Protocol? And it does look like that we formed a little bit of an expanding move. Very, very expanding move. Muy expanding. Muy expanding. From the lows, right over here, we either have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your third wave is not the smallest, so it's very much an acceptable expanding wave. And this is your correction happening here, which is coming all the way down to the 7/8 Fibonacci from the pivot low to the pivot high right over here, as you can see. Right, so that 7/8 is, is kind of the perfect, get people very bearish. This is it. We ain't going nowhere. We're not going to explode. Perfect for a wave 2. Actually, a little bit similar to 𝗖𝗿𝗆. Not exactly the same, but overall expanding move up here, and this, pretty steep correction that we have seen this kind of price action before on other cryptos, right? Which in this case, we are looking at 𝗏 in the bars pattern here, right? We got 𝗏 price action forming this expanding diagonal to the upside. And I really believe that 𝗖𝗍 is very close and bottoming out, guys. I've been buying 𝗖𝗍 here in between 30 and 40 cents. It had to be said. You know that from the last few weeks. And I do expect an insane recovery. So according to Nia Protocol, this is corrective. This is corrective. Now, my question is this the end stages of the correction? This is already starting to be the first leg to the upside, and we're going to get a massive third wave here up in the next coming weeks. That is my conclusion here. One way to look at this is an expanding wave, right? An expanding diagonal right there, which is very much a possibility. And you do have a double zigzag here, which, a lot of cryptos are forming these kind of double zigzags at the moment, right? From this high, you have 1, 2, and 3. It's a 3-wave move here. There's no discussion here. Then you have this 3-wave move up that we are not considering a wave 4. And the main reason why is because you have overlap on your wave 1. So we take that down as an impulse, as a successful impulsive move down. And we consider the zigzag down here to be very, very close to the bottom. So you got a double zigzag here, potentially in a WXY. Zigzag, zigzag, and another zigzag right there, which is finishing this corrective move, right? We're just sweeping up the lows and, very wedgy, very wedgy. It's a perfect recipe for a reversal. So, yeah, there is a high chance that Nia Protocol is either bottomed out or very close to bottoming out, right? Because this should be the area between $4 and $5 where it bottoms out and we start recovering here very strongly in the next coming weeks, guys. There's extreme high probability that the correction is coming to its end stages and that a recovery looks imminent based on the technical analysis. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't count this as a 1-1-2 scenario. I mean, if you were to count this as a one wave ABC flat, and this is, you know, this had to be your third wave, then eventually you're looking at a larger expanding move. If this were to be your wave 1, your wave 2, your wave 3, 4, and 5, and you end up in an expanding move here. Because a 1-1-2 wouldn't make too much sense, just because your second 1-2 is much larger than your first wave 1 and 2, right? And your second wave 1 and 2, you will actually want it smaller than your first wave 1-2, because your second wave 1-2 is part of a third wave, right? So it wouldn't make too much sense to count this as a second 1-2. So the expanding move is the highest probability option here, looking at Near Protocol. Let's go through the comment section and give us some hopium. New era of drugs. Okay. SNX, please, says Matt. Let's go. Flush. Flush or flux? SNX. Let's take a look at SNX right away. NIA is under every long-term EMA. I wouldn't be too worried about that. I wouldn't be too worried about EMAs. EMAs are there to be broken. EMAs are there to be broken. Let's take a look. Weekend trap. Let's take a look at SNX. SNX is synthetics. This is one of my first cryptos, Synthetics Network DeFi project that I bought back in 2018-19, right? You know, just around about the DeFi summer happening around the corner. I did have some SNX, I did have some Aave, I did have some Chainlink. I stuck around with Chainlink. Synthetics and Aave I sold. So Synthetics doesn't look like it's, wow, it's had too much love here throughout this bull run, right? Throughout what we are, you know, throughout the bull run that we've been having, right? On Bitcoin, on Solana, but many altcoins are just not playing ball here, and it seems like that SNX is one of them. It's kind of back at below the bear market lows, right? Will this one gain some momentum in the next coming months? We hope so. We definitely hope so. We definitely hope so, guys. And let's I mean, I really love where it is, huh? Where it is the perfect zone for the price to bottom out. That is for sure, because it's back at the I mean, looking at the higher time frame, this one had an epic bull run last cycle. I really like where it is. I really like where it is. SNX, guys, this is an OG DeFi project. I have no idea about the project the last few years, but maybe it's still active. Maybe they have a great roadmap, partnerships. I have really no idea about it. I've like gone completely off on this one. But looking at the charts, we had a gigantic pump throughout November, right? Part of December, and it's pulled back almost the entire Trump pump, right? Because we could arguably discuss this was the Trump pump in November when he was elected. And it's retraced all the way down. Now, what I do like about these retracements down, you're coming back to the consolidation area, which is, I mean, look at the bounce. It's bounced exactly at the point of control. These point of controls from these consolidations, guys, they are the level. They are the level. Just a few days ago, we bounced from that point of control of this consolidation. Usually, when you get back to a reaccumulation, because this is an accumulation zone, multi-monthly accumulation, if you pull back down, you usually maintain pretty nicely that accumulation area as support. So I have to say, looking at SNX, we are down back at the base from 2024. We're back down at the base, and I have to say the 0.88 is probably the one that's getting the reaction bounce as well. Yeah, we ever so slightly got beneath the 0.88. but we are down at the base. We're back down at the base. Now, we've been moving down pretty aggressively the last few weeks. Okay, it is still an aggressive move down. There's no sideways momentum. So the thing about moving down and popping out, you just realize that you could range for several more weeks. So if we do range in the next coming weeks here, which, I mean, we're entering into February, March, which is usually a bullish month, right? It's usually quite a bullish month here for Bitcoin, which should help those altcoins. But looking at SNX here, it would be nice to get a little bit of a range, but I do believe that we could be very close to the bottom here, just because we're sitting on top of a major base, right? Which is that accumulation that we had since August to November of 2024. This is where the selling pressure got exhausted. Selling pressure got exhausted. This was your buying zone. It would be nice to get a bit of a range. I'm not sure if we will get it. You know, I think there's either two scenarios here. We start recovering quite strongly in the coming weeks, or we very rangy, and then we recover. I don't see this breaking down successfully here from this zone after this reaccumulation, multi-monthly reaccumulation. So the bottom formation is very close to be formed on synthetics, in my personal opinion. Okay, so anyway, it does look pretty good. I would like to see a little bit of more sideways momentum, and then I'll really consider the possibility of a massive recovery. But spot buy and, you know, DCAing, I think this is the great zones for many altcoins, guys. Zones at the moment as we speak, because we have pulled back a lot. Okay, so SNX is looking pretty damn good, guys. Remember, if you want to trade SNX, you know, many different altcoins, Weeks is a great platform, guys. You have hundreds of altcoins to trade here, and you do have a great bonus down below. Okay, you got $20,000 deposit bonus. You also have a 50% fee reduction, guys. Okay, you got the third link down below if you want to trade on Weeks, because you just need an email and a password to trade on Weeks, guys. For the moment, you know, I'm trading quite a lot on Weeks. A lot of day trades taken here on Weeks, and, you know, it's just absolutely awesome. 50% fee reduction, guys, with the link down below. Let's go through some more altcoins. Let's go through that second super chat. Okay, I'm getting lost here with the super chats, guys. You know, if we want to do some decent analysis, right, and I'm saying in 5 minutes there's no way to create very good analysis. Let's go through the super chats here that we can. Can you take a look at XCN, please? Says Rob. Okay, we got XCN here from Rob. We do take several minutes, guys. We cannot do you know, I can do analysis in 1 minute, like resistance, support, flip, and go quickly through the chart. But come on, we need a few minutes, my man. Let's go right away here from Rob. XCN. Okay, XCN here from Rob. It's the second super chat. We got XRP as well up there. XCN here from Rob, and then we'll take a look at XRP. There's not much to say about XRP, okay? There's really not much to say of XRP. Onyx Coin had a major blast off. Major blast off, right? Who would have said? Who would have said that you get this? It also had an insane collapse. My goodness. Yeah, this one launched in 2022. And yeah, wow, this is like really, really, you would have thought that this is a scam with such an epic collapse. But as you can see, this collapse on the lower time frames, you know, this ended up bottoming out pretty nicely. I don't know why we got this here. Yeah, massive rocket here on XCN, Onyx Coin. This is extremely unpredictable. It's extremely unpredictable based on the pump and dumps. You know, you could have arguably discussed that this was an awesome buying zone. You can really see the price, how it's bottoming out. But if you ask my opinion, this is dangerous. This is a dangerous zone right now. Could it continue rocketing like that, I mean, we'd have to go to the lower time frames and analyze a little bit here of this structure. But I have to say this is already had a massive run up here the last few weeks on Altcoin. I'm really skeptical on this one based on this consolidation. We got the low right there from this first pump and dump. Okay, we got the first initial rally on Onyx Coin the second week of January, right? This was the first big major rally, and this was the correction. When we take a look at the next leg up here, I can clearly count a 5-wave move up here after the first leg up. So this is your first initial wave. And here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in this case, your fifth wave is an expanding fifth wave, which is okay when you have a massive bullish altcoin. The fifth waves usually are longer than the third wave. As long as your third wave is not the shortest, it is completely fine. It's very common on altcoins to get an expanding fifth wave. So I have my doubts right now that on this correction, this is very one wavy. This is very three wavy. I think we could be looking at a little bit more of a pullback here. And if we take a look at Fibonacci from the low to the high, speculating that this is a third wave, because you got your 1, 2, 3, 4 formation and fifth wave. I mean, you have already hit the golden pocket, so it's a problem. We do have a problem here. I mean, yeah, this chart is just ever too parabolic. It's too parabolic here to start counting the different waves. Yeah, but the fact that you hit the golden pocket already, so I'm a little bit in doubt here that about this having a movement down, being bullish. Man, these altcoins that are extremely explosive. Yeah, extremely complex here. Very, very complex to believe that this one is gonna continue to the upside. Really not much to analyze here, as in predictions. Seriously, I mean, for me, this is just absolutely rocketed here. Really, don't even know where to start here with the possible analysis. I mean, you know, I'm considering this being a pretty one wave aggressive move down. And, you know, as we do have this one wave pretty aggressively moving down here, we got this zigzag. You know, I am considering that this could actually correct to lower levels. So we're currently finding some resistance support flip here, but, you know, the bullish case would be a 112 right there, and you cannot lose this low. So any choppiness here, this is a bit three wavy, so there is a chance for a 112, and you get continuation on this crypto, but we are gonna, you know, this has already exploded, right? When a crypto's gone parabolic like this, guys, I just want to stay away. I want to stay away and aware when you've just exploded out like this, because it's dangerous to get into these. The flippening has begun, says Thomas. XCN, I mean. XCN has been taken a look at. 1,000 bonk, please. I'm longing it right now. Let's say we've got 1,000 bonk. Why not? Let's take a look at bonk right away. And we want to take a look at Bitcoin, guys, because that's where we do most of our trading based on the channel, right? Bitcoin is our main crypto. You're in a long position on bonk. Let's take a look at bonk right away. This is the weekly chart on bonk. So many pump and dumps, guys, on these altcoins. They're just extremely, for me, unpredictable based on a higher time frame analysis. You know, it's just a pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump, right? It's just we can expect another pump dump at some point, right? So the question is right now, you know, could we be very, very close and bottoming out, right, from this dump that we've had the last couple of weeks? Very, very, very possible, right? Let's just try and get a fixed volume profile here on this range. Well, you know, we are at the point of control from the last, you know, from the last year. This is a year's price action on bonk. And yeah, if you have a chance in bouncing, which you have been bouncing already throughout the last couple of weeks, a resistance support flip, it is just testing lows and testing lows. I mean, yeah, this is a long zone. Let's leave it that way. This is a proven level of support. With, you know, the more times you touch a level, you know, the weaker it does get, unless you get an epic bounce on the second, third touch. So the bounce is very possible. This is a solid high volume node that has provided resistance, and it has been providing support. So as long as you are still holding the support, you can bounce, right? So let's leave it that way. You know, it's at support. This could bounce at this level, especially after testing the lows. It could be a triple bottom without a doubt, and it successfully breaks out here in the next coming weeks. So big pump, high volume. This does look choppy and corrective, and you are at the strongest base that you have from last year's price action. You know what to do. If you're looking to long here, you want to maintain your risk management without a doubt. Stop loss at the low. I wouldn't go too crazy, but this could be the low. This could be the low on bonk. I mean, we have been correcting for several weeks right now, very aggressively, and we are at the strongest base that we have. If you break down this, I would really speculate that you could come down to the lows here. Value area low, sweep up these lows. So you don't want to be in any longs in this area if you do not double bottom here, right? Triple bottom or local double bottom. You know, this is the zone to speculate on the reversal without a doubt. You can see it on the chart, right? So it's at a very, very solid base. I think you can trade bonk here. You do have bonk here on weeks as well. They've got hundreds of different coins, meme coins, guys. If you're interested in trading bonk weeks, you get a great deal. Yes, I think we are back, legends. Let me know if we are back. Stream crashed. Let me know right away. I am resuming the settings at the moment. Let me just double check here. Let me know right away. Yes, it happened. We are back, legends. Oh, that was cool. That was cool. Now it's fine. This is a long zone. Let's leave it that way. This has successfully got back, which I'm surprised. Now it's fine. We are back. We are back. Let's go. You good? You good? It just froze here for a few. Yeah, okay. Let's go. Let's continue. Let's go. All right. So bonk was, yeah, we were just here with bonk. Let's go right away and continue. Let's go. Let's go. What about real bonk? Daddy is back. Ox the Doctor, much love to you. A fellow follower here from a long time. Ox the Doctor, I remember you from a long time, my man. I hope you're doing well. Let's take a look at some more altcoins. We've got Aditya here. Bring in steam. But anyway, let's take a look at Theta. Theta Network. I think I do have Theta tokens, guys. I do have a bunch of tokens such as VeChain where you can't have it on certain wallets. They have their own wallet. And I know I have VeChain, and I keep forgetting that I do have a bag of VeChain, guys. And, there are some lost altcoins from the previous cycle that I do have. This is the fun thing about buying altcoins from previous cycles, that I'm thinking, oh, you know what? I got VeChain because I don't have it on, a platform or a wallet or a ledger or a Trezor, and you have it on a different wallet. And now that I'm thinking, VeChain, I just remembered a few weeks ago that I do still have some VeChain. And I actually still think I have Theta. I didn't sell my Theta, if I'm not mistaken. And I need to check my Theta wallet, which is, we're going to take a look at Theta. Somebody was asking about Theta here. And we're going to take a look at Theta right away. Hey, the stream got back, baby. Let's smash up the like button just because of the stream getting back. Let's go. That was a successful comeback. Let's take a look at Theta right away on the chart, because Theta got a pretty interesting pump in March of 2024. It got a pretty interesting pump in November as well. This one's still bullish. There was very good bullish news here throughout Q1 of 2024 on Theta, and it got an epic recovery. An epic pullback. I think it was one of those altcoins that we mentioned throughout October and November to buy in. I'm not sure. It might have been added to that altcoin, guys. Buy, because this is an epic zone of accumulation. It does look pretty healthy. It looks a pretty healthy pullback. It looks pretty damn good. There is a situation with this though, right? I really like those sideways momentums, right? When you're moving down, you think you could be at the end, right? You could think that you at the end and you just get a few more legs down and go sideways for a few weeks. But I think we are at that time where there's no more time to go down and sideways. It's recovery season. And it does look like that this could be your average descending wedge correction, right? This does look like it could be your kind of average descending wedge structure. You got a bit of a wick right there. And it does look pretty damn interesting. Golden pocket is what is providing the support at the moment throughout the last few weeks. Just the last few days, we are holding the golden pocket from the low to the high of the pump created in November, December. I mean, if we would have been lower, I would have even preferred the scenario, right? We're back at the accumulation. This is a buying zone. Now, I'm a little bit skeptical of this holding this area on Theta, sorry. We just created a beautiful double bottom the last couple of days. Beautiful double bottom right there at the lows just a few days ago. Just tested ever so slightly those lows. Let's analyze this wave down, because this wave down looks epic. It looks epic, guys. This is a corrective move. This is gonna bottom out very, very soon if it hasn't already. And there is a main reason why to believe so. It has to do with this correction. We have the zigzag move right over here. And we have this movement to the upside, which you could arguably discuss as a zigzag as well. There's no impulsive move down here. What is clear is that you have a three-wave structure here. You have this bounce right over here. And now you have another 1, 2, 3. And it's not moving down. It's not moving in a third wave. This is a double zigzag. Correcting move. And this is going to reverse very, very soon. It's going to reverse very, very soon. This chart looks incredibly bullish based on an impulsive move to the upside with high volume throughout November and December. And January's got that, December and January has got that major pullback with volatility. But this is not impulsive, legends. We got a three-wave move here, this bounce, and a three-wave move here. Double zigzag. This is corrective. The price is close in bottoming out, and Theta is an awesome project. So regarding accumulation zone, this is incredible area for DCAing, because I do expect in the next coming weeks that we'll be heading above $3.40 for a test, maybe a breakout, maybe a double top. But overall, this does look bullish, legends. We are looking for that overall reversal, and Theta looks absolutely awesome. US markets are open. Stay cautious, guys, with any local volatility. We do have the Bitcoin dominance that we are ready for that collapse, guys. We've been ready for many months right now, realizing that this will come to an end and we will get that epic altcoin season. And it's very likely going to be happening in the next coming months, guys. So make sure to be positioned and be ready to start getting out of the market on the pumps. Do not FOMO in. It is time to get out, legends. Now in this correction is probably one of the last opportunities that there is. Make sure to buy your favorite coin and be very responsible, all right, with your decisions. Legends, I am going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for joining. That flash crash destroyed the stream. Not many people joining at the moment. Remember that weeks, you got a great bonus. Just need an email and a password. You get 50% fee reduction, all right, on your trades. It's the third link down below, guys. Check it out. Just need an email and a password. Not much more. The levels for Bitcoin have been talked about. Thank you very much for joining, and I will see you in the next one.